I'm gonna go buy a Polaris Pro R. Oh my gosh, this is junk. Everything here. We opened up my clutch and worse than I even thought. Pretty much everything is junk. So you clutch experts out there, I really need you to hang around for a minute in this video because I got two really important questions that I want to ask you because I'm going to rebuild this clutch. I cannot afford $3,000 for a new clutch. Yes, I'm going to have to buy some new parts. That's true, but I'm going to do this myself. I've done stuff before. I have tools. I got, I've done this stuff before. This ain't my first time doing this stuff, but I have a couple of questions that I want to ask you guys that work on these. I need your advice and I need an answer on these. These are things that I've searched the internet heavily for with this. Look at that. That piece down in there, look at that. See that little piece? Dude, that's literally snapped completely off. So this cone here, that's junk, okay? Completely gone. But here's the questions. For those of you that do clutches, there's a guy out there that almost every day of his life pushes these pins out of these clutches. I know it. I know there's a dude. But as you can see right there, there's an arrow and it shows a pin and it's on every one of these legs. Now, in my experience, when there's an arrow like that, that means that this pin only travels one direction. It is like a one-way street, okay? So it just goes through, that's it. You push it in and you push it out the same way. Let me know if that's wrong. Let me know which way these are supposed to go. Does the arrow mean that's the way it goes in and then you push it out the other way? I haven't seen that in the past, but that could be a possibility. But the only thing I saw in one forum that a guy was talking about it, and the arrow is like a one-way street. That pin only runs through one way because we got to push all those pins out because these rollers are done for. Like they're broken out. Look, there's a piece right there on that one. So that's the first question. Which way do I push those pins? The second question, because I know you clutch experts are going to be absolutely bored with this video and you're like, I'm out of here. This guy's an idiot. But I have a legitimate question. My second question is, all these parts are junk. They're going in the trash. This is done. This is an outdated piece here. It doesn't have the slides, so I have to buy a new one of these. So when I purchased the brand new one, and you have to buy each and every piece from the dealer individually. You don't just buy this as one set unless you go to, one of the clutch builders companies and you buy it. When you go to the dealer, you buy this piece, that piece, this piece. So I'm going to buy a new one of these because this is junk, obviously, because those things are just completely oblonged out of there. So when I buy the brand new ones, here's question number 2, and then all you clutch pros can dip out on this video, but I legitimately need an answer for this. I cannot find this stuff on the internet. This piece here, when I buy a brand new one, okay, and I have a brand new one of these pieces, when I make them together, which way do I put them? Are there some markings inside of here? See how there's like a little mark in there? See how I marked mine? Because anytime you take these clutches apart, you want to mark everything. See how I have a line on there? I have a line on here, and you want to mark everything so everything goes back together the same way because it's balanced that way. But when I buy a brand new one of these and a brand new one of these, they do not come in a set. They come separately, 2 pieces. So how do we know how to put these together so they're balanced? Or the other option is, do I have to put this together and then take it somewhere and have them balance it? That I've never heard of. I've never heard of that. And I would be shocked to hear that that's the truth, but I want to throw that out there because I legitimately need an answer about those 2 things. Those are the things holding me back on rebuilding this. Because we are going to rebuild it. I got the prices. I'll show you guys the prices of these parts that I got from Temecula Motorsports in a minute. I got the price sheet. I got to run and grab it. But those questions right there are my questions. Which way do these pins go? And honestly, it probably doesn't really matter, but I would like to do it the right way, and I'm going to press all those out. As you can see, I've pressed a couple out already to see how easy they move, and they move fairly easy with a press, so that's possible. And how do I mate the two new pieces together? See, like there's a purple mark there, and I thought maybe that goes to the little divot there. We got blue lines on here. I don't know. So help me out with that. Pretty please. I will be really grateful to you clutch pros out there. Or hey, if there's a clutch company and you want to sponsor a video, I actually make videos. That's what I do here on YouTube. I make videos, and I can make a cool video for you guys, Evo, if you want it, because I have Evo weights and I run Evo everything. So, hey, Evo, if you're listening or anybody knows anybody at Evo, hook me up. I'm not asking for, free stuff, but I am asking for a little help out because I just don't have $3,000 to spend on this boat anchor. That's about what it is right now. It's a boat anchor, because to go buy a brand new clutch, $3,000. Okay. And that's just for a simple clutch. If you want anything fancy, it's going to cost you more than that. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. People are paying $5,000 for clutch work and stuff. But I have Evo weights. Here they are. So if you've never seen inside of a clutch, this is what it looks like. It's the Can-Am X3 2018. And hopefully this piece is good. My buddy over at Elite Performance, Tony, said that this is probably still good. So I have a question about mating the new piece, because I'm not buying a new one of these. And this piece right inside there, see that in there? That mates to the crankshaft that's coming out on the back of the car. And that one's already mated, so I would love to just reuse this. This is pretty good. It's not too bad. We'll just scrub that clean, and I think this is still good. Of course, we'll get a new bearing. These are all cheap parts. These are expensive parts, but we have to buy new. See, this is a 2017 clutch that comes on my 2018 Can-Am. Believe it or not. I don't know why they did that, but the 2017s don't have those metal slides right here and the bolts. So you'll see bolts right here and a metal slide, and that's on the newer clutches. They don't even make this one anymore. They make it with the slides. So I knew I had to buy that new piece no matter what. Like literally 4 or 5 years ago when I put these Evo weights in here, I knew I was going to have to buy that. We talked about it with the guy over in Glamis at Evo, and he said just run it till the whole thing's junk and then buy all new pieces. But I didn't think everything would break. Look at that. That thing's literally broke off down inside there. Is that crazy? So I can't believe this thing even worked. Like, you guys remember the couple of videos ago, I was telling you, listen to that noise, listen to that noise. It was pretty rough when it was running, but for some reason this thing kept running. I could have been stranded in the dunes with my wife, because I always go out by myself, and I can't believe this thing even kept running. So, but anyways, that is where I'm at on this build. That is the bad news of the century. I knew it would be bad, but I, honest to God, didn't think it would be that bad. But we're going to get through this. I'm going to throw these parts in myself. It's not that hard. And I have the capabilities of doing all this. Those questions about the arrow and then the balancing of these two parts. That's the most important. But if you haven't seen a clutch open and you're like, what is Tim talking about? Okay, so as this thing spins at a high rate of speed, these weights right here, okay, they flower out. So it's like a flower. And as this thing spins, these weights come up. And as they come up, this thing is here. They run on these rollers. See these rollers right here? And these rollers get flat spotted for sure. But they run against those rollers, and that's what makes this move up and down like this, which makes your belt ride up on here, okay? I'm not a clutch expert, and I'm not teaching anybody. I'm just showing people. So all you guys out there that are like, Tim, you don't know what you're talking about. You're right, I don't. I'm just a redneck that knows how to work a lot of tools. And these are just a bunch of nuts and bolts to me. I've done millions of things, and this is just another project. So, but I do understand I've done a lot of research now, and I understand this very well, how this works. So these things flower up, and it pushes this, and everything's got to run smooth, and everything's got to be balanced. It's super important with this. So I got some clutch tools, and we use this tool here, and I can get this off because this is a spring inside there. It's under a lot of tension. So you got to be really careful when you take these out. That's probably why they're painted red, because that means you undo those and this thing will knock all your teeth out. So you got to have a piece of all thread and something on there or some sort of press. So that's the project. That is the bad news of this video. And basically, I made this video just because I want to ask those questions to you clutch pros. Now, my secondary, this is the primary, of course, and this is my secondary. So secondary, I can't believe all my rollers after 6,000 miles are still good. Look at them. They still are good. It's unbelievable. But we're going to pull this apart, and that's what this tool here is. You put this through there, and you tighten it down. Trying to do all this one-handed. Didn't want to take a long time on this video, but I just want to show you guys where we're at on the project. Everything's still out to powder coat. I can't wait to get them back. They're going to look awesome. But here's the secondary. So we're going to change these rollers, and these are super easy to change if you got these tools. And I get these on Amazon. They're cheap. You got to be careful. Don't break that off. But basically this, so you pull this little bolt out here. Okay, and then it allows you to get inside that hole right there. See that little hole? And inside of that hole is one of these pins. See this pin right here? And it's threaded on the end of that, inside of there. And that threads onto there. And that is what pulls that out. So you're gonna put this tool like this, and you're gonna thread that in to that thing right there. And you're gonna put a little heat on that roller. You might ruin the roller when you're doing it, but it's okay. You put a little heat on there and it actually comes out really easy. I've done it a couple times. So they actually come out easy. You just have to be careful not to break off that cheap bolt. You break that off inside that pin, you got problems. So we're gonna do that. This is all still usable, thank God. Because I can't afford that. I can't afford this, guys. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people think that YouTubers make a lot of money. We don't. Actually, I do YouTube just to make extra money so I'm able to go out and do stuff. That's the kind of, you know, why I do the YouTube, is to make a little extra so I'm able to go out and do the adventures. So this is going to be a tough nut to swallow. So anyways, I want to get that paper. Let me go grab that. All right, I got the prices of most of the parts. Now, I didn't get the price on this because I didn't know that was even broke until later. But I did get all the prices on a lot of the things. So the inner half right here is $284 for this dude right here. And this one is married to my crankshaft, so I would like to use this. Tony said it's not too bad. It has a little tiny ridge there, but he said they all get like that. And then it's a little bit dented here, but for the most part, it's in pretty good shape. So I'm hoping that I can still use this. That's 284 bucks. So take that off of here, and that puts you around 900. So that's not bad for all these parts. Considering to go buy a brand new clutch is $3,000. You know, granted, it's put all together and everything, but I'm just going to do it exactly the way I have this. I don't even have an Evo spring in here, okay? I just put on 4 Evo weights. That's actually a stock one. That's Evo, 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 and these are my 2 stock weights, okay? Luckily, the stock ones, see how shiny they are? Those are the ones that were running on the metal, on the broken rollers. They were pushing on that metal. So I have extra stock weights, not a big deal. And these are the Evo weights. And I love the way this clutch ran, so I'm just going to put it back together the same way it is right now. So the outer half assembly is $296.99. And that is this piece. Okay? And that one's got some gouges in it. I don't know how those got there. But this was junk anyways, so I knew I had to buy that. That's 300 bucks for that dude right there, okay? The Cup Governor Assembly, that's 189, and that is, I believe that's this. That's this piece. 189 bucks for that piece. So I don't know what the roller thrust is, unless that's that piece. Well, anyways, we got some learning to do. But here's all the prices. So if you wanted to know all this stuff, compress your rings, like the slider shoe set, it comes in a set of 12, and that's, I think, all these little pucks. Those come in a set. That's 45 bucks. That's all small stuff. But this other stuff is your big ticket items, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't know if I did. Maybe he gave me the price on this. That's a good possibility that that's what that is. But anyways, there they all are. And we're looking at 1,100 bucks. So that's quite a bit different than 3,000. So Tim's building this thing. Tim's putting it together. So if you know anything about clutches and you see anything here in this video that you can help me out with, I would greatly appreciate it, because this has sure put a damper on this project. I was all excited because I just had to powder coat some things and put a couple ball joints in. I got my new ball joints. There's my old ones and my old bushings. I got all my new ball joints. These are cheap. These are 35 bucks. So don't neglect putting ball joints in. Those are super cheap. And they're easy to put in. You put these things in the freezer. You freeze them solid. And then when you put them in here, they slip right in, believe it or not. Super easy. But 35 bucks a piece, that's cheap. Just happened to have these other bushings from TMW. I'm pretty sure they're TMW. They came with the TMW stuff. So that is horrible news, that clutch deal. I knew there was something going on in here. Look how ugly it looks. Because remember I told you guys the strings wrapped around here? They wrapped around this shaft and they went inside of there, believe it or not. And they ruined this seal. And when that seal went bad, it leaked oil, transmission gear oil, all over inside of here. It was literally dripping out. And I've cleaned it 1,000 times, but I'm going to take all this off and clean it now, because it's impossible to get it all out of there. Once the clutch and everything just throws it around, I had to be towed back from Olds. So that's why this is so dirty. I'm going to take all this off and clean it. Everything looks good here. So what a disaster, because without a clutch, you can't move. Even though there's a clutch on here, I could rob off of his car. Yeah, he keeps saying, just grab my clutch. He's selling this thing. So I think he wants $16,000 for this, if I remember correctly. So if anybody's interested, let me know. He's selling this thing. He's like, just grab my clutch and just use that. I'm like, dude, I can't just steal parts off your car. You'll never be able to sell it. It's a nice rig, dude. It's got a lot of stuff. It's got the Madigan lowers, Madigan doors, Madigan cage. So he got all this done before I knew Dennis at UTV Speed, or he would have a UTV Speed cage too, I'm sure. But anyways, this thing is for sale, and I don't want to be robbing parts off that, even though I'm really tempted. So, but that's it for this video, guys. I'm working on the rig. This is quite a project, and this right here, this is bad news, because I just don't want to spend $3,000. I'm like, babe, we're just going to let it sit, and we're not going to Glamis this season. We'll just save our money, and when we get enough money, we'll buy a new clutch, or I'll just wait till somebody I know is getting rid of one. I don't know. I was even thinking, just, if somebody has a clutch, I'll just throw it on there. I'll put this thing back together, and I'll sell it. You know? I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm just going to put a stock clutch. So if any of you have a stock clutch, let me have it. I'm going to throw it on here. I'm going to sell this, and I'm going to go buy a Polaris Pro R.